Some animals are huge, but that doesn't mean they're easy to find. In fact, many of the giant animals you're about to see have very little information. That's because they like hiding way too much. That's why we compiled some of the freakiest and weird-looking creatures for you. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell icon for guaranteed safety from these massive creatures. Here are 30 of the largest animals ever caught on camera. Giant lion. Some people are born daredevils and don't ever shy away from danger. Just like this man who has been so used to being around lions that when he had to encounter a whopping 660-pound lion, even if he's used to them, imagine being near a lion almost as big as you. Approached a woman just adoring swan chicks. She thought it was best to run for her life than to admire nature's wonders. Not just that, just look at how angry it is too. Manta ray gentle giants usually live in the sea, and this poor manta ray got stuck in a net. Considering its size, it took about 6 people to lift it up and push it back into the water. What a rescue. Giant snail. A gardener's worst nightmare is snails. But that's probably because they never knew about giant African snails. Moreover, they're actually illegal in some places. They were so annoying and unwanted that the US government spent $1 million just to eradicate them. They're not too dangerous. But if you're squeamish, seeing this gooey creature would easily scare you. Big fish. This sunfish probably makes you think of an elegant and easy-flowing fish, but you'd be wrong. Pleasure of meeting this open-mouthed and vertical-finned fish. They look like little toys in front of the fish. Just another reason to stay out of the ocean. Brown bear. Some giant animals are seen by accident, while others are stars. Take Brody the bear, for example. This Kodiak bear was born huge when he was just 8 weeks old. He weighs almost 10 pounds. He was on the cover of National Geographic magazine. Moreover, he also got to spend a day with Muhammad Ali and also got to travel the world. Can you believe a giant bear is living our dream life? Muhammad Ali. Giant otters. Regular otters are very cute. In fact, they even hold hands when they swim. But giant otters are a whole different breed. Remember the caimans we told you about? Well, this family of otters defeated a huge one in a gruesome fight. If they can fight this monster, imagine what they can do to humans. To top it all off, they have amazing teamwork skills, making them all the deadlier. Giant spider Goliath birdiator. That's the name of this spider. If that doesn't tell you how this spider is, then let us tell you. This creepy crawler has an leg span and a deadly venom in it that kills the organs of its victims. This one right here. You can see how it hunts in action now. Black caiman crocodiles are scary enough on their own. A couple of tourists found a gigantic 13-foot caiman resting underwater. They weren't tepid enough to go into the water and disturb it, so they used a selfie stick to film underwater. The largest one ever caught was about 20 feet long, but this one is an incredible runner-up too. Giant centipede. 4 legs are fine, because that could be a puppy, right? But anything more than that, spiders, beetles, and well, giant centipedes of our beloved Amazon. This guy is just letting it walk all over him. But does he know that they have sharp claws in their head filled with venom that can paralyze a human in seconds? Coconut crab. Coconut crabs are the largest land-dwelling crustaceans on Earth, and This is just plain proof. Other than size, they're also very fast. But don't worry, they're not too keen on human flesh. They look like coconuts. No wonder their claws are so thick. They like coconuts. No wonder their claws are so thick. The only thing you should be worried about is their cannibalistic instincts. Sometimes they'll eat their own discarded limbs or their own kind, all to survive. Tortoise. If this tortoise wasn't moving, you'd mistake it for a big boulder. This is another one of nature's gentle giants. However, unfortunately, only a few of them are alive today. A few centuries ago, there were hundreds of thousands, but now only a saddening 15 are left. A fully grown tortoise can grow up to 6 feet long and almost 1,000 pounds. Imagine having to carry them. Giant green anaconda. Can you bolt through the water like Usain? Unfortunately, this giant green anaconda can. When we say giant, we mean 30 feet in length and 550 pounds. Other than that, they have a bite force of 400 psi, enough to crush a jaguar into mush. Just look at how it was lurking around in the water. In there, they're invincible. If you ever encounter one, run to land, because that's where they're weak. That is, if they don't already have you in a chokehold. The pleasures are that you don't have to deal with pesky animals, unless you live near this couple, who are crazy enough to keep this jaw-dropping 1,600-pound Angkor Watusi bull as a pet. They're known for their huge horns that can be used to stab a person right in the stomach, but only if you don't train them well. Moose are huge animals, and we knew that, but just how big they are is what the internet did not know until they saw this video. A man was driving in Anchorage in Alaska and saw this huge moose walking in the middle of the road. To put things into perspective, look at how tightened-like it looks when a car passes by. Big Jake, largest horse, the average size of a Belgian horse, is about 68 inches. But one of them broke all expectations and jumped to a whopping 82 inches. Big Jake became famous all over the world in 2010, after he was crowned with the tallest horse in the world by Guinness World Record. Despite its huge size, the horse is still elegant as ever. Now, this honorable horse lives in retirement, probably munching on the best hay out here in Poinet, Wisconsin. Before we move on, here's a quick challenge for you. If you can leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and turn on the notifications in less than 5 seconds, you will have 10 years of amazing luck. Hurry up and try it. It actually works. Huge pig. There are very few people that find pigs cute or even petable. But once you look at this huge, gross-looking pig, you won't look at them the same way. This pig was eaten by the farmer, Chen Chang Sung, who raised him. This one weighed a whopping 2,118 pounds. The reason this pig was so fat isn't that it's some sort of genetic disorder. He was just really lazy. He'd eat and just nap. Shoebill stork. The first thought that comes to anyone's head when they look at this bird is, wow, that's an ugly bird. But let's go beyond looks here. It's apparently 5 feet tall, with a wingspan of 6.5 feet. But the worst of all is its huge beak that acts as a deadly spear. Huge sheep. When some animals are left alone, they thrive. Not Sheila the sheep though. This sheep ran away for a year or two until someone discovered it on the side of the road. That's when the original owner saw Sheila in her 48-pound wool coat. The farmer thought it would break the world record. However, he miscalculated a little. But Still, what a weird phenomenon. Big harpy eagle, a bald eagle, is very well known, after all, munching and gobbling down on their livestock. Long claws, so obviously they have a big appetite. When they're hungry, they can prey on species as big as monkeys, sloths, and even deer. Have you ever thought a bird could do that? Bald eagle, there's no way we talk about the big harpy eagle without talking about its cousin, known for its bright white plumage, brown body, and hooked yellow beak. The bald eagle is most often seen swooping low and catching a fish with its powerful claws. But what we don't see often is it hunting squirrels or rabbits in cities. This big guy was caught on tape munching down its catch right in front of this building in Brooklyn, New York. Look how calm it is going about its business, not minding the onlookers. A bald eagle's wings measure about 2 meters or 7 feet. That's more than the height of an average 17-year-old boy. Wonder how long this eagle's wings measure. Imagine finding one of these in your room. I'd totally freak out. They look like something you'd get if a witch transformed a prince into a frog. I wouldn't want to kiss one of them to find out though. They are the largest frog species in the world. You could find one of these in African countries like Cameroon, where Mr. Andy J. Frogman Kaufman got his and aims to breed the largest one on the planet. This one is probably way too domesticated. The poor lad can pick up a worm lying right in front of him. You could keep these critters as pets because they don't make those annoying mating sounds other frogs make. Cane Carso, what would you do if you were standing next to a 110-pound drool-dripping dog? Well, unlike you and many others, this kid is patting the dog on its back. Lucky for me, it's their family dog, and Cane Carso seemed to be good with kids. Check out how big the dog's head is compared to the kids. If I ever come across one of those, I'll keep a safe distance. Tibetan Mastiff, think Cane Carso, are big. Wait till I introduce you to its competitor, the Tibetan Mastiffs. This guy has even outgrown its cage. It looks like a man putting on a Scooby-Doo costume. When standing on their hind legs, they can be as tall as a full-grown man. Imagine pissing its owner off and then running into this bear-looking Tibetan Mastiff. Okay, stop imagining. It's gonna be horrible. What if you had to walk one of these dogs and it sees a squirrel or something it likes? It then becomes a case of who is walking who. On the bright side, they are lovely dogs and make a great cuddle buddy. Largest pig, since we're talking about giant domestic animals, let's introduce you to the 1,300-pound pig named Tickle Me Elmo 3. This pig was the winner at a pig weighing championship in Indiana. The pig weighs as much as an Indy car. Unfortunately, Tickle Me Elmo lost the following contest to another hog that weighed in at a little over 1,300 pounds. But it might just be time for him to retire to its farm and eat all the ground corn it can find. Largest bat with wings as wide as the stretch of both arms, claws that are well adapted for clinging, and a face that looks that of a dog. We humans are lucky that the rumors that bats suck human blood are false. The flying foxes, as they are called, are bats that feed mainly on fruits and plant leaves. The largest wingspan recorded was 1.7 meters. A true fact about them, however, is that they are the only mammals that have a true flight. Let's just hope, for our sakes, these bats don't keep evolving to a stage where they'll need to live up to their rumored menaces. largest lizards. What if we woke up, and all the common lizards we have somehow transformed into these enormous, ravenous, poison-drooling monsters? We would have a lizard Armageddon on our hands. Luckily for us, these lizards are endemic to an island in Indonesia. With a bite force of about 600 psi, they could reduce a goat to mush. The largest ever recorded was 10 feet long and weighed 366 pounds. To think that they'd eat something as big as a buffalo, you'd agree that humans are on the menu. Their tails also serve as a defense mechanism that hits as hard as a baseball bat. Leatherback for a turtle to make all these people look small. It has to be humongous. Look at how slowly it uses its flippers to carry its half-a-ton body as it makes it to the sea. Check out how small this man measures lying next to it. They are expert divers, but on land they are quite vulnerable and extremely slow. They have the capacity to grow up to 2,000 pounds, depending on how old they are. Largest crocodile meat, Lapu-Lapu, the biggest crocodile from Cebu, Philippines. Look at how gigantic this beast is. It is so huge